Hi, this is Roberto Weed. Today's tutorial is going to be about connecting Visual Basic.NET to a MySQL database. The idea basically is very easy. You need a MySQL client that has Apache server. Uh, I usually use WAMP server. You can get it from wampserver.com. Install it, and then you have this little here tiny MySQL client that contains Apache, PHP, and MySQL for Windows. Uh, After installing that, you would need a MySQL connector for .NET. You can go ahead and search for that on Google, and you will have tons of results. MySQL connector for .NET. But I already downloaded that from here, uh, from softagency.net. They have an FTP. So you would want MySQL connect for .NET without install. It's a zip file. You download it, and it contains, after extracting it from the WinRAR, it'll be in the shape of a folder that has several DLLs and a help file and other stuff. We are interested only with this file, mysql.data.dll. I'm going to start by making a database. I'm going to left click on a WAMP server and going to phpMyAdmin. A new page with your default web browser will open, and that goes under your local host. You need to create a new database. You click on databases, let's name it test, keep everything default. Now you need to create a table, let's name it test with 3 fields. Press go. Field 1, I'm going to name it name A. I just add the letter A for default, so I wouldn't use any reserved words. Name A, AJ, and height. Let's say int. The first field is text. The second field would be int or big int. I got no problem. The third field would be big int too. So basically that's it. I need to add the length. Let's give a 40 for name A, 5, and then a 5 for the others, and press go. Okay. Of course, no index defined, but still, that's a test table. I'm going to insert a couple of records in it. Let's say Rabia, age 23, and height 180, and Mo, age 13, and height 120, and just press go. Okay, 2 rows inserted successfully. If I go to browse, I can see those 2 right here. I'm going to minimize this and jump to Visual Studio 2008. I'm going to choose File, New, create a new project. Make sure you're under Visual Basic, Windows, Microsoft Windows Form. Let's keep it Windows Application 1, no problem. And resize the form a little. I'm going to Toolbox. I'm gonna add a button. I want to double click on the button. First off, I need to add reference for the DLLs I downloaded. I'm going to add reference, browse, and I'm going to go browse to the folder. I'm just gonna add this mysql.data.dll. Gonna press OK. Okay, after that is done, I'm going to import mysql.data.mysql client. so the libraries would be imported to my project. I'm going to define a connection string, then connection string as string, then con as MySQL connection as new MySQL connection. Okay, I'm going to give the string a value. If you're a little lost about connection string, you don't know what's that, you can go to connectionstrings.com. You can find all sorts of connection strings over here. I use this all the time. Find MySQL. Okay, MySQL connector for .NET, MySQL connection, and you can have all sorts of examples over here. This should be easy. You just change the values of the variables. Server equal, in our case it's localhost, user ID equal root, that's the default user for MySQL, and password is equal to nothing, and database equal test. Theme con is new, con the connection string equal connection string. Okay, let's add a little try and catch over here. Try con dot open. I'm opening the connection. If it's successful, message box for me, connection established. If you're finding trouble and you catch an error, then message box for me, error, and you can't continue with that. Ex the exception dot toString. Okay, let's run that. Connection established. Let me try and change. Let's say I made a mistake and I wrote in localhost. I forgot to add the T, and I try to make a connection. MySQL raises an error, an exception, and VB.NET displays it for me. So I'm going to correct that. Now I'm going to take this a little further, and I'm going to add a data grid view to my project. I'm just gonna do that programmatically. Okay, I already have a connection string and I have it defined. I'm going to remove everything and start over. Dim connection string as string, dim command text as string, dim adapter as MySQL, dim adapter as MySQL data adapter, and dim table as data table, connection string equal server equal localhost user ID equal root and password equal blank and database equal test. Okay, I'm going to try adapter equal new MySQL data adapter. I'm going to give it 2 parameters, which is the command text and the connection string. Then table equal new data table. Now I'm going to fill adapter dot fill with the table data grid view 1 dot data source equal table. Now the command text, I need to give that a value, select star, which is an SQL statement from test. I'm going to run that. And here you can see success. Let's say I messed up and I added the wrong letter inside my SQL statement. It should throw an exception. Test.test E does not exist. So I hope you liked my small video tutorial, and subscribe to the channel, keep track with my upcoming videos, and all the best. Thank you.